Hello and welcome to the Idle PodThing, as we've now decided to call it.
Great name.
I'm Adam Hodge, I'm president of the Idle Playthings, the comedy society here at Bart's University. I am once more joined by...
Sam Strong, soon to be treasurer. I'm really excited for my role.
And with us this time is, of course...
Maximillian Ponsonby.
Dennis Patrick Ponsonby.
Yeah, Maximillian Dennis Patrick Ponsonby.
Where do the middle names come from?
So Dennis is my granddad, and Patrick is the Catholic name that I chose for myself.
Oh, you got to choose it for yourself.
Yes, it's...
You chose Patrick.
Yeah.
You know that Jesus...
I like my Irish
Is a name.
heritage, so I just wanted to have Paddy in my name.
What would you choose, Sam? If you were in Max's family. Horrible thought.
Wow, I'd go for Sam, then it'd be Reg, and then I'd go
Reg.
God.
God is a good name.
Sam,
Yes.
Reg God. Strong.
You can really get around with that kind of name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name's God.
I'd be Adam, John, Judas Hodge.
Yeah, Judas.
It'd get people talking
Stabbing people in the back.
all the time.
Fair enough.
Didn't Judas love silver? Is that why he stabbed Judas?
Like a magpie.
Yeah.
That's
I feel
funny.
like he just did everything for silver. Does anyone know? You mean you're the
They
Catholic?
probably liked gold too, let's be fair.
Yeah.
What's your favourite Bible story, Max?
Oh wow! I remember when I was a kid, my dad tried to read me a Bible story every day, and he did it for about 3 days because very early on in the Bible, there's a story about a man who had to go up a mountain and sacrifice his own kid,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
and then he just killed a goat instead, and I started crying, and Dad was like, "That's the last time I do that, yeah."
Your dad was like, "You ready to go to Glastonbury Tour tomorrow?"
So,
oh, God.
That's my favourite Bible story.
I feel like I know that one.
Yeah,
It's a trust, isn't it?
yeah. And that he has to trust in God, and God tells him to kill his son,
Yeah.
and he has to trust that it's the right thing to do.
He's supposed to be the most omnipotent, all-benevolent being, and
You
he's
think-
like, "All right, mate."
Yeah,
Do
he
you
had
like
some,
your son?
it was early days. He had some time off.
Yeah,
like-
you think that's bad? He wants to be named after him.
It's
You
not-
want to be named after Judas?
It's not just
Yeah,
killing.
good point.
It's not just killing him like a lethal, like painless injection. He literally wants to take him up a mountain with a
Yeah.
knife and then cut open his stomach.
Well, otherwise, God couldn't see it from the ground, could he?
All right, let's go on to uni news.
Yeah.
Max, you got a theme song for uni news?
5, 6, 7,
Seven.
8.
Do 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 do. Uni news.
Wow.
Sure, sweet.
Yeah,
Lovely.
it works. It works.
In uni news, bum, bum, bum.
Tell me, Adam.
Well, the uni has cut out plastic cups, allegedly. But Max and I were just sitting in Starbucks,
Were you
and
the-
they're still using plastic cups.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a hot take. And you guys,
Well, it's-
what detective work did you have to do
It's
to work
like,
that out?
one-use cups, they're called, though, right? Oh,
I don't
paper
know, it's
cups would be-
multi-use, not one use. That defeats the point, it's
Oh,
multi-use
yeah,
cups.
yeah.
The detective work we did
They're just
was,
trying to get rid of plastic cups.
we looked to the side,
And
we saw it.
plastic cups.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How did you guys
This
get that?
crackdown is going really well so far.
Yeah. Let's call them out.
well,
This
it's
is a message directly
to
to
the uni recycling committee.
Yep.
We're coming for you.
I don't think anyone at this uni would care if the Comedy Society called them out.
Yeah.
Yo, that'd be really funny. We should start like calling people out on their
Prank-
ways.
Prank calls. Yeah.
Not prank calls. I mean like
serious calls.
serious.
Don't turn into Russell Brand and...
Oh, true. It's like Joe
like-
Lycett as well. Like
If I could give you a phone number now, Max, for anyone in the world, who would you want to call out?
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons. Wow.
Yeah. Because straight up there's a connection. He's the Chancellor of my
He
uni.
is.
But then I might be able to use it to get some contacts, you know.
oh right.
Yeah.
But that's not calling out. Calling out is when someone's done something wrong. and
Yeah.
You want
Well,
to get him for it. What's
yeah,
Jeremy Irons
they
done
are
to
doing
you?
something wrong. He's the Chancellor of this uni. And-
What are you doing with
and
yourself,
what,
mate?
and
Have
what
some
good has he
self-confidence.
done for us? I saw him in the SU once. Well, I saw him on someone's Snapchat story in the SU.
That doesn't count. I saw Beyonce
No.
once. It was on her Instagram. But
It's a great picture.
I mean, I've sat on the same chair that Jeremy Irons has sat on. So
Wow.
that's
Wow.
something, isn't it?
what did it feel like?
My cheeks have sat on the same nice, warm wooden spot where his cheeks
You
have
bare
sat.
arsed it.
Just put
To
it
get that
down
connection.
down.
No, obviously I didn't. But I bare-arsed in the uni SU before, to be fair.
All right.
Please tell us more.
I was just at the bar. One of my mates thought it'd be funny to kegs me. Got halfway down my cheeks and it was like, really? That's what you're going to do? And then just pulled them all the way down.
Have some
Wow.
commitment, damn it.
But I was facing the bar, so
Yeah.
like no one was seeing my willy. But because I was bent over, they could see it from the back of my legs.
Yeah.
And literally,
The old.
when I pulled it up and turned around to my mates, they were like heaving over and laughing. And there's a few parents that have literally just walked in and then walked straight back out again.
My child will not be coming to this establishment.
No, not this university. Even though they've got quite a nice campus, I don't like their students.
That was the impression.
That was my mother.
They were really upper
Yeah.
class, weren't they? Yeah, look at that boy over there. Who raised him, honestly?
Oh,
Somebody
it
didn't
was me.
read him very many Bible stories when he was a kid.
gave up.
Not enough. Who would
Oh,
you
sorry.
call out?
Who would I call out? I got one thing.
Donald Trump.
My mum.
Oh, what'd she do to you?
Look,
birth.
look at everything she gave me.
Mm-hmm.
She made me weird blonde hair.
It's kind of your dad's fault too, though, isn't it? There's a lot of genetic traits carried over. Like it's a 50-50
His dad's
thing.
5'5", his dad's a Mohican.
Yeah.
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 And here I am,
The opposite
blonde,
of it.
really blonde hair, balding, too tall. After my trousers only go down to my ankles. It's a
Yeah.
big issue for me.
Yeah, but you got to show off those lovely skinny ankles.
Thank you. I'm very proud of them.
Oh.
Don't get
I love ankle. Oh,
God.
I'm like a Victorian man.
Yeah.
You can walk around with your cleavages and your bottoms all you like, but all I need to see is just a little bit of ankle.
That was the equivalent of like kegging someone back in the day. We're just lifting up their trousers a tiny bit just to see their ankles.
Seeing someone's ankles is Max's
I'm
Achilles
not sending
heel.
my- Hey.
Hey.
Thank you.
I'm not sending my child to this
I
school.
mean,
You can see all their
heels,
ankles.
heels aren't my... Heels are disgusting. I don't know why you'd bring that up.
But it wasn't actually his Achilles heel, was it? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not his heel. It was like the
It was the
tendon.
tendon.
Let's
yeah.
get down to minutiae of Greek myths.
Myths.
Mythology. Well, I think it actually did happen, though, didn't it?
Well, he got dipped in a pot.
Greek myth.
Well, no, but there was probably a dude called Achilles who was a very good fighter, who then one day got took down by someone.
And then he
stabbing him
invented
in the
this
back of
lovely
the neck.
dish with beans and mince.
That's my new Greek-Mexican
I mean,
crossover
like,
restaurant, a Chili's.
I'm pretty sure the siege of Troy happened too. I just doubt they had a big fuck-off horse.
I reckon they did the horse.
Do you actually think they did the horse?
Yeah, I heard another story similar to that. In a different war, a castle was sieged, and so the enemy, I think the British soldiers, started playing a game of rounders or some game like that. Accidentally, like hit the ball into the castle, and we're like, "Oh, sorry, we lost our ball. Can we come in?" They're like, "Yeah, sure." Everyone came in. They killed everyone.
Wow.
It genuinely happened.
That's genius.
Yeah.
It's kind of genius, isn't it?
So clever.
Maybe we should
Bit tragic.
Maybe we should throw a basketball into North Korea. Well, there's uni news.
Yeah, that's uni news. We went down to
Yeah,
Korea. Do the theme tune again.
Do-do-do-do-do. Uni news.
I'm surprised you remembered that.
Yeah,
I mean,
same.
it's 3 seconds
I mean, it
long.
also is definitely the Brooklyn Nine-Nine theme tune, but you know. Now we'll move on to local news.
Local
What's the
news.
theme tune?
Oh, local news.
Wow.
Well, see if he remembers that in a few minutes. Sam, what you got for us this week?
I got a story. Have you heard the McDonald's story, Max?
Was that the guy who got stabbed in the arse?
What? No. Did that happen?
He got knifed in like the left butt cheek about 3 weeks ago.
Whoa.
Yeah, in the
How do you know it was
McDonald's
the
next to
left?
the retail
Because
park.
it was you. How do you know it was the left one?
It was the Freddo gang struck again.
They had the decency to specify in the newspaper article
Wow.
I read.
Is that the best place to be stabbed? I think it
In
is.
McDonald's.
I mean,
No,
I'd
on your
rather
body.
get stabbed in the cheek than right in the middle, you
I
know?
was going to say, like, there's a lot of salt there to treat the wound.
And I was like, well, you might get a free meal. I probably wouldn't have to pay for my chicken nuggets.
In the arse? No, your pinky finger or something would be the best place to be stabbed.
No, because the recovery on that, you might lose it. You
And
might
then
lose
can't
your.
sit down if you get stabbed in the
I can
butt.
sit on one
I
cheek.
think the worst place to get stabbed would be the brain. That would be
We're
really
talking about the
No,
best
you wouldn't,
place.
because then you'd just be out straight away. It'd be somewhere
Yeah,
it'd be
you'd
really
be dead.
painful. Yeah, but loads of places you'd be dead. It'd be
Yeah,
somewhere
but-
where it'd be painful,
Oh,
right?
I thought being dead was the worst one, though, right?
How do you know? Because you're just gone, right?
I'd rather not be able to sit down for a while than be dead too. I mean,
Right, what is the actual McDonald's?
Oh,
story?
sorry. Can we do the theme tune again?
Yeah, do the theme tune again. If you
local news.
Nicely done.
Amazing. The McDonald's story is recently this couple celebrated this 50 years, I think it's 50 years, of coming to McDonald's every day.
That's not something to celebrate.
They walk 4 miles to get to the Southgate McDonald's, and then they're there every day from. I think they get there just after the lunch stuff starts, and then they have that, and then they leave. They've done it for 50 years. On their 50th year, the McDonald's people got them a cake, which is nice. Not made of McDonald's.
Are they just waiting for death?
They said that it's because they walk 8 miles a day. They don't mind having a McDonald's.
So, have you seen pictures of these people?
Yeah,
I'd be fascinated to know whether they're skinny or fat.
they're quite skinny.
Well, that would be the walking.
Yeah, they have to
that would be the 8 miles.
I mean,
They don't have to. They've chosen to.
And they can order anything they like from McDonald's. McDonald's does salads.
But the thing
They
is,
could just get a salad every day.
the bloke will always have a Big Mac with a Coke every day.
Ooh.
And the girl, she's like, yeah, I'd like to mix it up.
That 85-year-old girl.
She's still a girl.
Okay.
She's a fit bird, if you ask me.
Yeah,
The ankles.
well, she is quite fit. She walks 8 miles a day.
She walks 8 miles a day. She must have some nice ankles.
Yeah.
Well, I actually knew that Sam was a big fan of this old couple. So I've actually invited them in today for him to interview.
You haven't?
I have. Mr. and Mrs. What was it? Mr. and Mrs.
Smithson.
Mr. and Mrs. Smithson are in here
I
right now.
can't believe that. Here they are right now.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Mr. Smithson.
All right.
How you doing? I read the article on you.
Oh, did you? Does that mean I'm famous now?
Oh, I bet we are, dear. I bet we are.
Yeah, you guys. I'm huge fans. I've got so many questions for you.
Is that because you like eating McDonald's too?
I try and stay away from it, but it is nice. I just think that I don't have to walk 4 miles, so I'd eat it too much.
I'll tell you what, dear. It's very good for your for your ankles.
Is it?
Lovely.
I'm quite self-conscious about my ankles.
Oh yes, it's the walking helps. I'll be honest, but you have a very nice pair of ankles yourself there. So
Thank you so much, Mr. Smithson. Can I call you? Can I call you George?
yes, you may.
And you can call me Judas.
Oh, Judas Smithson.
Judas Smithson.
That well-known name.
I
Judas.
gotta wonder, Judas. Has eating McDonald's every day done anything to your voice?
I think it might have. I think it's done balsamic reduction. I haven't all the salads burned away some of my vocal cords.
Well,
Right.
let's be honest, love. The smoking 20 packs a day probably doesn't help as well, you know?
Don't be silly, love. Don't be silly.
Darling, you gargle ash for fun.
I mean, it counts as out because I read that you guys walk 8 miles a day there and back.
Oh my god, can you get over this 8 miles a day fact? It's like the only thing you've said about us. We do other things, you know.
We have personalities.
50
separate
years of a long-lasting, loving relationship, and you're just like, oh, you walk a lot, do you?
We play checkers.
Insulting. Is this the kind of treatment we get at Bath Spa We should have done the Uni York podcast. I told you, love.
Let's go now.
Let's go now.
Oh,
I'm done. Oh, my knee.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't believe you guys missed that.
I know. We just went out to.
I literally just went to get a coffee from Costa.
He did. In one of their plastic cups.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Wow, I can't believe you
what
guys
was that?
missed that.
What? Who was that old, decrepit-looking
I
woman?
know. She's
Yeah.
really
No, she walks 8 miles a
I
day.
literally thought that was the Grim Reaper then.
Yeah.
They were the Smithsons.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice.
right.
Really disappointed
you missed them. They
And
seem
that-
like a nice bunch.
Yeah, and that's a true story from the end of Local News.
Local
Theme song
News.
once again.
Local news.
No, I think that was a bit different, that one.
Yeah.
That was up an octave.
Yeah.
It's lower
We'll edit it.
Oh, local news.
I think your face is going so red.
Can we do it? Can we do it one more time? Just into the mic.
Yeah.
Just we'll edit them out. One more time. One more time.
Local news.
Lovely stuff. Alright, it's time for Max's story now.
And the Max's story theme tune goes.
Maximillian Dennis Patrick Ponsonby. It's time for Max's story. Are you sitting comfortably, children? Because you won't be for long. Oh no.
There you go.
That's quite a lengthy one, isn't it?
It is.
I feel like I've been kind of skimping out now.
You can't change them now. That's set in stone.
What's your story for this week, Max?
Well, yesterday morning, I woke up naked, smothered in my own poo, wee, and vomit.
So a normal morning.
A normal morning, yeah.
with a leg that wouldn't bend, my left leg.
You just had to remember which one's your left or right.
Yeah, and
He'd forgotten it was a prosthetic. He's like, why would it bend?
and then absolutely no recollection of the night before.
Wow.
I remember showing up to the pre-drinks with a few other mates, and we were going to go to Bristol. And to that pre-drinks, I brought 4 cans of Foster's and 4 cans of Stella Artois from Sainsbury's petrol station, a beloved home abode for me.
Living it up.
And I remember that I drank all 8 of those cans in the first game we did. Because
which was
they're rugby
drink
lads.
8 cans.
Drink 8 cans.
They're rugby lads, and that's just how they drink. I don't know how I fell in with rugby lads.
Not at all.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know.
They
Maybe they
usually
don't
is
know.
like the
Maybe they
post.
haven't noticed you.
whenever I go out with them, I look like the little brother that one of their mums forced them to bring along.
Oh, that's
But
cute.
He's quite nice.
I guess it must be just for my charming wit.
Doubt it.
Anyway,
Really do.
Sorry.
I couldn't remember what happened for the rest of that night. I couldn't even remember going to Bristol, what club we'd gone to, or how I'd got back. It turns out, after I'd left the pre-drinks with the rest of the lads as we were walking to the bus stop, by which point I was already blackout. There had been a
You're already blacked up.
black.
My God.
I know the rugby lads are a little bit insensitive.
Yeah,
Thank you very. This is Bass Bar, not Uni of. Anyway, so just this random group of girls happened to walk past, who none of the lads knew, but they assumed I did, because I immediately ran off after them.
I say you just got a sniff. And then you were
Literally.
like, I've got to follow their scent.
As the bus to Bristol is pulling up to the bus stop, I just leg it. And they're all completely baffled. They get on the bus, they've lost me now, and they go in the group chat, guys, do you know where Max is? Now, for the next 2 hours, I was completely missing.
He's stalking these girls somewhere.
Oh, here's the most bizarre thing. I had, 1, no recollection of these girls, but 2, no understanding of who they were. I don't know
just funny.
why I'd gone off with them. Eventually, a friend of mine who lives on campus gets a text from some random woman who goes, "Hey, I'm with your friend Max Ponsonby here." So all of a sudden he's like, "Okay, what's happening?" And she's like, "He's absolutely paralytic. We found him on the side of the road. We don't know what to do." Eventually, Joe Lovelace comes off campus to find me, and
I thought you were Joe Lovelace.
he texts this girl called, her name was Gina Curson, right? I have no idea who Gina Curson is, but if she listens to this podcast, which, let's be honest, we know she doesn't. Thank you, Gina Curson. If anyone who listens to this podcast knows a Gina Curson, thank her for me, because she eventually got me back to my flat. But I didn't have my wallet on me with my keys in them, because I'd left that back at the pre-drinks. So instead I just jumped over the back wall. Upon jumping over that wall, I smacked my knee on landing, which this knee I've broken like about 3 times over the past 10 years, and it's very open to re-injury because I've torn a lot of bone off it at the knee, and it's just floating around in there. This isn't funny, I'm just telling you that for fun.
Yeah.
This is
Eventually,
horrifying.
Eventually, after 4 hours of literally
Most of the story isn't funny. It's just scary.
my flatmates have been scouring the surrounding area now. Like, they've been going up through the allotments, looking around the bridge. They thought I might have fell even into the river even. So they're all really bricking it. Until eventually they come back to the flat and they've checked all the rooms. They still don't know where I am. The one place they haven't thought to look yet was the garden, where they find me lying in the dirt and mud and rain, curled up in a fetal position, so drunk that I literally couldn't walk, and I couldn't get into the house because I didn't have my keys to open the back door.
Right.
So I just broke my leg and then just stayed there for about 4 hours.
Just talking to birds and things that drifted past.
There was a fox.
They watched me vomit in a bucket for about 10 minutes.
Watched you?
Well, I know
Got
they
some popcorn.
I know they watched me because they recorded it too, and then sent me the meme. Would you like to see them?
Well, I would remind you, you're on a purely audio podcast.
It's very loud. It's let's get it up.
This is startling. This story. It's quite sad, really.
It's horrifying.
It's really bad.
I can't there's nothing inherently
humorous about this. I mean, you've got a new low.
And the caption there is "Dreams do come true."
It's funny because of how he's sat. He's leaning up like in Highwayman films, how the highwayman stands to seduce the lady, where he puts his leg up on a wall.
Yeah.
What ho there? What?
So they can see their ankle.
Yeah, so he can show off his ankle.
What's most funny about this video is I missed the bucket and hit my shoe as well, and I still have that shoe in my room, like waiting to be washed.
Well, Max, I've got a bit of a surprise for you now.
You brought the shoe
not the shoe. I brought one of the girls who knows what happened to you.
Gina Curson?
No, not Gina Curson.
Oh,
no,
one of the other ones.
Yeah, do you remember one of the other ones' names?
No, I don't
know.
Well,
I'll have her tell you her name. Do you want to just tell Max what happened that night?
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name's Megan.
Megan, you sound...
Are you Baspar or Uniov?
I'm Uniov.
Oh, god damn it. Oh.
Megan, you sound suspiciously like that ferret we had in last week.
Yeah, well, I taught him how to speak.
You did.
Oh, no, actually...
You had a talking ferret?
He had a ferret in last week.
Oh, I missed so much.
You did.
I've heard about the ferret. I trained him.
You did.
Or actually, I take it off the mask. I am the ferret.
Oh, wow.
My god!
You were
It's
following
a talking
ferret.
ferret! This is amazing! Oh, this
Yeah.
is why I came to Bath Spa.
And you go to the uni of?
Yeah,
What do you study?
I study international relations.
We found out about the ferret last week. He's not very good at small talk. He likes to talk about the big subjects.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
not the small things.
Big into philosophy as well.
What happened last week? Like, where did we go?
I was with my girls. And you...
Do you have a name, your gang of girls, like your posse? Do they have a name?
Are they all ferrets, or is it just you?
Just different rodents. We all are. You got me, the ferret. Georgina, she's a vole. And you've got a couple minks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Max probably just heard the word minx and... Yeah, that's like that. What's the name of the girl group? What's the name of the
We call
Spice
ourselves...
ferrets.
That's a better name. We call ourselves the Rat Gang.
Oh, the Rat Gang.
So I
But
can
none of you
tell
are
that
rats.
I clearly have good taste in women.
You honestly do.
I just randomly decided to sporadically just
Yeah.
deck it after you.
Look at her tail.
I could probably smell it off you.
Yeah, we smell.
Ferret,
I'll be honest.
ferret, I thought you were a male ferret.
Well, in all honesty,
It's gender neutral.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
yeah.
A very progressive ferret.
Yeah, and quite frankly,
I'm
it's none of
open
your
to
business.
talking.
Oh, okay.
Thank,
Alright.
thank you very much, Max. That's why I was happy to spend the night with you.
Oh!
Oh, I slept with you.
You tried to.
He tried to.
Oh well, you can't blame me for that. I tried with everyone I meet.
Every animal.
I tried with the nurse that birthed me.
Wow.
As soon as you get birth.
She slapped my ass and went, "Oh, I'll do that again, love."
Yeah, that was the same sort of language you were speaking
So
to me.
please detail this night. What happened?
Alright, so we're walking down the street, me and the Rat Gang, and then Max starts chasing after us. And first of all, we were worried it was a fox.
No.
Because foxes and rodents don't get on,
Oh.
famously.
Yeah.
But we
He does
looked
have a bit of
back,
that about him.
and
Well,
we...
foxes just eat the rodents, don't they?
Yeah, that's why they don't get on.
Yeah, that's what it's on.
I mean,
Jack the Ripper didn't get on with many young girls in Victorian London.
Yeah, and, then we ended up at a Belushi's, and you went...
we went to Belushi's. There was a lot of walking around.
Yeah,
We
went
must
to-
have done 8 miles.
Did you pop and get a Mackie D's?
We rewarded ourselves from McDonald's. We went to Belushi's.
I wonder where that stab hole in my left bum cheek came from.
It was Voley.
Yeah, so we're at Belushi's. You bought us all drinks, which was nice of you.
Oh, what did you buy? What do you like to drink?
Oh, me? I mostly just drink Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Yeah, I mostly drink Jaeger.
Pure ferret Jaeger.
Well, I like the glass being small. I've got small hands.
Yeah, that's true.
It's funny seeing Megan the Vole drink from a pint.
Oh, that is impressive.
That absolute... She's a joker, that Megan.
Are you getting flashbacks now?
Well, vague
Is
recollection.
it piecing it together?
Yeah.
So we're in Belushi's. You started breaking out those dance moves.
Oh,
You know them?
tell me some of these dance moves.
One of them was called Moon in the Crowd.
Moon in the crowd. He just dropped his keks, did he?
Dropped his keggs in 360.
And
It
then
was a full
helicopter
moon.
dicked.
Well, you called that one sexual harassment.
Yeah.
That's the best move there is.
He likes to announce it before he does it. This is a bit of courtesy. Ladies, sexual harassment. And then he does it.
And the place cleared out. and immediately you got kicked out of Belushi's when you did that.
I can't blame them.
But we for some reason we quite liked you, so we
I
decided.
don't know why either.
This is a mystery.
I guess we don't. Us rodents don't speak to many people.
No.
And then you tried to kiss me.
Ooh.
Yeah, and ended up throwing up on me.
Oh no.
Yeah, all over me. Ruined my nice mink coat. It's borderline
It
cannibalism.
is borderline cannibalism.
I want to apologise for trying to kiss you.
I'll be off.
There's a couple of old people in Starbucks. If you just
Oh.
want to, I think you
Are
might
they
have
the
to go
one
home
from
with them.
McDonald's?
Yeah, they
Oh,
might take you out.
They walk 8
That
miles.
would be lovely, wouldn't it?
I'll go see them. Bye.
Bye. Well, wasn't that informative, man?
That was a nice ferret,
It was.
wasn't it?
Oh, here comes Sam back. Here he comes.
Well, I just wanted to speak to the McDonald's couple again. They,
Oh.
he signed a Big Mac for me.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
How are you going
No
to keep
way.
that?
in ketchup.
In ketchup.
Well, it turns out that the girls that I went off with the other night
Oh yeah.
were all rodent creatures
Yeah.
disguised
No.
as humans.
What are the
Yeah.
chances?
What? Honestly,
That seems borderline impossible.
yeah.
It does
I mean,
kind of, doesn't it?
The best thing about that is that's just my type.
Yeah.
It's-
You love it when they try and weasel out of
What's
sleeping
the
with
most-
you.
Oh,
Oh.
good pun.
He did that last
It's
week.
why- It's
He's
why he's in
reusing
the
it.
comedy society.
Yeah, I reused the rodent pun.
I guess that's who I'm going to call out. I'm going to call out that ferret, and we'll hear from them next week.
Wow, the ferret comes
Same
back
time,
again.
Ferret.
Same place.
Wow.
At the Idle Playthings Idle podcast.
On
Yeah.
PodThing, thank
Pod-
you very
Oh,
much.
PodThing.
Honestly, the professionalism is
The Idle
smacking.
Playthings Idle Podthing. So
Yeah.
There you go.
I didn't realise that people would put idle plaything before it because it doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
No.
It would.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's just for
Wow.
this week.
Are we ever going to have the closing jingle that we always have?
The closing jingle that we always have.
Yeah.
what?
I think.
Have I done it today already? I've
No,
done quite
no.
a few jingles.
No. This is the closing jingle that we always have, and Max knows it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That
oh,
well-known
yeah.
jingle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
go on, mate.
goes-
Do you want to count in?
Yeah.
A 79, 89, 45, 6.
Scoop up, ba 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 ba. Bye.
Oh.
You want me to stop?
Yes.